Hey, what's up guys? Captain Zach here. Well, it is an absolutely beautiful late May day, and Mary and I are out here. We're really just looking to put together sort of a mixed bag adventure, if you will. So the high tide was turning sort of right as we were leaving the dock, which means that the most favorable fishing tide for us is going to be the low tide, and that's not till this afternoon. So we're going to just mix in a couple other activities before then. So we stopped and grabbed the king crab pot on the way here, and we moved the king crab pot to a slightly different location. I've got some crab rings with me. I've got 2 rings with me. So I'm going to be sort of doing a little prospecting for some dungies. And then we just got a new dinghy for our boat. So Mary's going to be paddling around in the dinghy, giving that a try. She likes sort of paddling around coves and dropping a GoPro down in the water and, you know, just seeing what's in those shallows. So that's going to be really cool. And then after that sort of mixed bag, we're going to head over to the fishing grounds and see if we can pick up some low tide action. So looking for some halibut. Again, it's always kind of slow this time of year, still a little bit early, but we can do either from anchor. I've got a pretty good spot in mind, or I do have the electric gear on board, so we could go for a deep drop as well. So who knows which way the day is going to lead, but I have no doubt there's going to be some amazing adventure. So stay tuned. Well, first thing in the morning here, we're getting ready to pull the king crab pot up. So I'm actually going to pick it up and move it to a different location, but you never know, there might be one in there because I had some pretty good bait in it last couple of days. So let's see if we can pull it up. I can only keep a golden king crab. So if it's a red king crab, that one's heading back. Oh man, an octopus just got out. So right as I looked down, no king crabs, but there's an octopus, and it was just floating away. Oh well. No king crabs, but a bunch of these sea snails. Okay, I'm getting ready to put the king crab pot back down, and I just rebaited it. So I tossed a bunch of king salmon carcasses in there. Plus I still have a whole cod and some other miscellaneous bait, some other salmon scraps. So that should be pretty good. Check it out. There's 4 more of these sea snails or sea slugs that are in the king crab pot. I figure I'll toss these back before I drop the pot. Okay, well, we're just getting started. I'm gonna do a little bit of crab ringing, and we just got a brand new dinghy, so Mary is giving it a test run. So we just launched her on the dinghy. Okay, I've got 2 crab rings with me today. So I've got some chicken drumsticks. That's pretty solid bait. So I'll just drop it and give it a go. This is a spot where I've caught a fair amount of crab in the past. It's still kind of early season, but if they're here, they should show up on the crab ring. Here goes the second ring. Okay, getting ready to pick up the first crab ring. It's been about 15 minutes or so. Oh, definitely extra weight here. Oh, and it's extra weight because of 2 sole. Man, That would have been a fun way to start the day with the big haul of dungies. Those aren't dungies. So we're gonna send those back, and hopefully there'll be some crabs on the other ring. Man, another little sole. That's just a little baby one. So far, no dungies. 0 for 2. Man, nothing. This spot's pretty slim pickings right now. Okay, another little sole. Those seem to be popular today. Empty. I caught a bunch of sole, but no crabs. Okay, we just did a slight spot adjustment, so we went to a slightly different area. I'm gonna toss these rings down, and Mary's still out on the dinghy rowing around. Yeah, well, I'm waiting for these crab rings. I'm actually in a really good spot for bear, so I'm doing a little bit of glassing and see if I can spot a brown bear or a black bear in between crab ring pools. Okay, there's some definite weight here. Oh, nice. 2 dungies. I think they're both going to be short, but we'll measure just in case. Oh, well, both of these are short. We'll send them back. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? Captain Zach here. Well, I just pulled up my crab rings, and I pulled up an answer to a question that I get a lot. Often in the comments, people will ask, how do you tell the difference between a male and a female Dungeness crab? Well, I just pulled my rings, and here's 2 dungies. These are both short, so they have to head back. But one is a female, so you have to throw back females automatically. So you can see this one is a female and this one is a male. If you look on the female, if you go from top to bottom, you can see how round it is. It starts at the top and then it gets wider and wider on each edge. So that really rounds out, and you know that's a female because it's that big round shape. Whereas the male start at the top, and you see it's almost like a spike. It gets really steep. It's this sharp up and down angle. And when you look at them side by side, you can tell the difference immediately. Okay, well, both of these were short and this one was a female, so we'll send both of those back. Yeah, when I pull these rings, the goal is to put the least amount of pressure possible. Until you pull up. Oh, there's extra weight here. Then once you pull up, you want it to be steady pressure, so the crabs don't fall off. Oh, nice. There are 4 dungies. That's pretty cool. 2 on the first pull at the new spot, and here's 4 dungies. 1 might be close to measuring. Oh, well, there's a male, but he's clearly got some growing up to do, so we'll send him back. Another male, also a little short, we'll send him back. Another male, so that's 3 males in a row, but again, this one's short, so we'll send him back. Okay, and this is the closest one to measuring. Let's see if he measures out. No, sadly, that is just a hair shy, maybe about a centimeter too short. So we'll send him back to grow up a little bit. pretty happy with the spot switch. I went from pulling complete blanks and sole to now I'm getting some dungies. So now it's just a matter of time. Maybe some of those keepers will start to work their way onto the crab rings. Yeah, like I was saying before, so the best strategy is usually to get the buoy, but then put no pressure on the actual ring. So as you collect the slack, make sure you don't put any pressure on the ring that's on the bottom. And then once you get the slack up and you're vertical right over the ring, then go for one hard thrust, and that hard thrust opens up the basket, which traps the crabs in it. And then it's steady pressure the whole way up. It has to be steady pressure, because if you slack it halfway up, the crabs will fall off. So basically you just want that steady pressure the whole way up. They make it to the boat and you're looking at a ring full of dungies. No, complete blank that time. That one wasn't soaking quite as long, but I thought since there might be a lot of dungies in the area, maybe about a 5 to 10 minute soak would be okay instead of more like 15 or 20. Yeah, even though there were no crabs on that one, you could tell one of the chicken legs is really torn up. So there were probably some crabs eating that. They must have just worked their way off before I pulled it. Okay, a baby dungie and a tanner crab. Little of everything. Everything except a keeper Dungeness crab. Oh, there's that baby tanner. And now I think this wins the prize for the smallest dungie of the day. So that is a male, but that is a very tiny crab. He's got some growing up to do. I think we'll send him back. Okay, well, we wrapped up the crabbing and got out to the deep drop spot, but unfortunately the wind picked way up. So we got like solid 3s right now. So I might not have a ton of time. I'm gonna take at least one drop and see if we can drum up something quick. But if the wind intensifies much more, we'll probably get blown off and have to retreat to a lesser spot. I just dropped a 24-ounce Fire Eye glow jig down with some herring chunks and a nice big piece of squid. So hopefully that'll do the trick. Okay, I'm on the bottom. Okay, fish on. Okay, some decent thumpage. Let's hope he stays on. I'm rocking and rolling all around right now. Well, either way, that's a sign of life on the first drop. Down and tight on something. I'd like to be feeling more head shakes if it was a halibut, but we'll see. Okay, less than 100 feet. Could be a big rockfish or a cod or something. 50 feet. Okay, here comes game time. Huge rockfish. Wow. Oh, check that out. Just a monster silver gray rockfish. Awesome fish. Okay, after that awesome rockfish, I'll head right back down. Got the 24-ounce Fire Eye glow jig loaded up with some herring and some squid. Okay, I'm on the bottom. Okay, fish on. This does not feel like a halibut. Just slow, steady weight. Probably a Pacific cod or another rockfish. Yeah, no fight whatsoever in this. Okay, there's less than 100 feet. Oh, it must have popped off. Oh well. this wind's only picking up and these waves are getting bigger. I think I'm gonna call a slightly different play. I'm gonna go grab that king crab pot, see if there's any action. That's been soaking a few hours now. And then find another halibut spot where Mary and I can both fish a little shallower and hopefully a little less waves. Oh, that wind just basically blew us off the water. We stopped at 2 or 3 other spots and they were all super choppy. So I am picking up my dungey pots. I'm gonna check those as the final act of the day, and then we're gonna head back to the dock. And since we didn't get any more fishing action today, I'll throw in some bonus footage that I haven't published from last season. Hey, there's some action. That's a pot full of dungeys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Oh, what a great way to turn it around. So after getting blown off those fishing spots, now I'm starting to measure some dungeys. Oh, that's a big male. Yep, keeper by a mile. Another nice male. Yep, another keeper. Another male. Yes, keeper, that's 3 in a row. Another male, this one looks good. Yes, just a keeper. And I've got one hiding on the shelf here. Oh, this is just a hair short. I'm talking like a millimeter. But since the crab gauge clears, since it clears the other side of the shell, even if it's just by a millimeter, that means it's a millimeter too short. So I'm gonna send this one back. Well, 4 for 5. 4 keepers and 1 throwback in that pot. Oh, heck yeah. There's another hefty take. 1, 2, 3, there's 4. And I think at least 3 of those look like solid keepers. Start measuring. Oh, that wind's picking up even harder right now. Nice, keeper. Another male. Yep, easy keeper. Yep, another keeper. Nice. There's another keeper. All 4 of those were keepers. That's 8. 8 keepers in 2 pots, 1 throwback. Oh, we'll talk about a bonus right at the end of a tough day. 8 keeper dungeys. So that is just awesome. Super thrilled with that. And since the weather didn't cooperate on the fishing, I will add some extra bonus footage in here. So there's some cool footage from last season that I haven't published yet, and I will add it to this video just to round it out. But as always, thanks so much everyone for tuning in, and tight lines for now. Hey everyone, just to set the stage here, this is some footage from last season. Mary and I were out fishing with some friends, and I decided to check my 2 hook rig. So under personal use regulations, Alaskan residents are allowed to soak 2 halibut hooks on a lead line as long as they use manual power, which means that you're not allowed to use like a crab pot puller to lift this up. It's basically just like an anchor line with 2 halibut hooks on it. And you have to use just your manual force to brute force it up off the bottom. This particular bait had been soaking overnight. So the evening before I set this bait, and then this is about midday the next day, and decided to give it a check. We actually had some music playing in the background, so please bear with me on the audio edit. I've had to strip out that music, but I've tried to pull forward the relevant dialogue. Super light. Oh, super heavy. Hold on. I think there's a little more weight than yesterday. A little.
The triceps are burning. Oh, it might be a halibut. I might have just felt a shake. Can I have the gaff?
Yeah, this rig setup is basically an anchor on the bottom, then about 10 feet up, a halibut hook, a big circle hook, then about 10 feet up, another halibut circle hook, and then about 10 feet up, I put a bag of rocks. And the reason I do that is there's a heavy weight on both sides so that it'll lay flat on the bottom.
If there's any halibut on here, I'm gaffing it, by the way. I think there's a fish on here. You got this.
Yeah, this is the ultimate Alaskan arm workout. My triceps are burning.
Not to grab the rope.
There's a fish on here.
Woo!
Yeah, you'll see my rig got all tangled, which likely means that a big fish was swimming around with it and got it all tangled up.
Yeah, they pulled back on me pretty hard there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there's one hook. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get that hook out there. Yep. Holy crap!
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Okay.
That's up.
What do you need us to do?
Nice.
Woo!
Wow.
Oh, hey, what's up guys? Captain Zach here. I am totally out of breath. I just pulled up my 2 hook rig for halibut and check it out, a 70 pounder, just an awesome fish. Oh, he muscled it up from the deep, 200 feet deep. What a great fish.
Well done. That was sweet.
I love the takedown maneuver. That was awesome. I was just like,
You can tell it's not the first halibut.
That was flopping around.
No. And I knew that's not what you're supposed to do with a big halibut, is whip it right on board, but I didn't want to lose it. And I mean, you should have seen the hook in the corner of its mouth. And the gaff
ready to pop.
The gaff was marginal, so I was like, nope,
Wow.
we're gonna make this happen.